Hello and thank you for watching our video. Today we're going to do an installation on a B-pillar weather strip for an 84 to 96 Corvette. The car that we're going to install it on already had CRC brand weather stripping on it, and because we did the installation on these weather strips about 4.5 years ago, we would like to do it with another off-the-shelf product just to make sure there's not a new issue with the weather stripping. All the door glass on this car, everything's already been pre-adjusted, so we know there's not an issue with the adjustment on the glass. These doors, they shut like a new car. So with that, let's give you a little info on the weather stripping. When you get your weather strip, the first thing you want to do is clean it off. The weather stripping, when it's made, has a mold release on it, and if you don't clean the mold release off of it, your black glue will not stick to it. Once the weather strip is cleaned, and then you follow what we're going to tell you here in just a second, you'll tear the weather strip up if you try to remove it after it's installed. So on the 84 up cars, they've got these little retainer channels for the weather stripping. You can see them here and here. And you need to make sure all the old glue is out of the channels and all the old weather stripping. There's several tools that you can use to do it with. It's kind of a tedious job sometimes, especially if somebody gorilla glued one. What you want to do is you want to start with the opposite side. Obviously the passenger side is where we've got this started at, and you want to work your lower section in place. Now, one of the tricks to the lower section is you don't want to stretch this. You want to stretch it up here at the top, but not at the bottom. So what we're going to do is, on the other side, what we would do is we would put the glue in here, we would put the glue in the channel here, and we would let it dry. Then what we're going to do is we're going to put glue on the back side of the weather strip and everywhere it contacts the car down here, and we're going to let it dry. You're kind of treating it like contact cement. And so basically, once it's dry, then you're ready to install your weather strip. Now, we would do that on the entire weather strip and on the entire car, and then we've got our base down, our base glue down, and then we're going to go back with a small bead and glue the rest of it in. So we start with the other side, we glue it, we put it in place, we glue it from here to right here. Then we've got both sides that way. This means that this is pretty much where it needs to be. It's not drawn tight on one side and glued down and loose on the other side. It's a nice, consistent, I guess, I don't know how to say it, I guess a consistent pull all the way across the back halo of the car. So once that's done, you know, you're ready to roll. I mean, it's good to go. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put this in, and Kevin's got a little handy tool, and let me back up just a little bit and let him in. And he's going to go ahead and install it. There's his little tool. It's a little plastic work tool. It's got a nice little edge on it. Works great for pushing the rubber down into the channel that it seats. So our main concern with this is the fact that how the B-pillar is actually fitting to the glass, and if there is a problem, we've got a couple customers that are having a problem, and in most cases the problem is usually in the door window adjustment and not in the weather strip. We've installed this weather strip in this shop for years. I don't ever remember having this kind of problem. At one point in time, we had a problem with the A-pillars, and CRC pulled them off the market for a long time, and then they went back and made the correction, and we've really not had any issues at all. Now, Kevin's tucking it in on both the top and the bottom, and I don't think we're going to put a pin in the bottom of it because I don't want to poke the hole through the rubber. It's a new rubber, and that's not going to affect our fit. Now, we would have glue in there. Now, after he gets that done, before we do anything else, what we would do is then we would go in here with the top, and we would do the top, and we would glue it, and we just put our glue in, work it a little bit, put our glue in, work it a little bit until you got to the other side. And then you're uniform all the way across the back of the halo. So after we get the weather strip in, and let's tuck this in just a little bit up here, just real quick. Just I don't want any inference from any other part of the weather strip. And so once we get the weather strip in, a good way to tell if you're making contact seal with the rubber to the glass, water. water, Windex, some kind of liquid. What happens is when you spray it down and then you shut the door, he's going to give it a good coat there. When you shut the door, it will leave a nice black shiny line on the door glass. And so that's usually when you get into it. And so now what we're looking for is a nice shiny line all the way down. I'm trying to zoom in to see if we can see it. And well, gosh, I tell you what. Yeah, okay, I see it. That's it. Now, excuse me 1 second. My camera's kind of, my pivot's kind of tight, and so I gotta loosen my pivot up. So now you see that line? Point to that line, Kevin. Start at the bottom and just come up. Okay, that line is every place that door glass rear pillar is touching the window. And I got to be honest with you, I don't see a problem. So anyway, that's how you install the door glass or the B-pillar weather strip on the 84 to 96 cars. You want to let it dry for about 24 hours. You go ahead and put your top in, shut your doors, and you should be good to go. If you've got any questions, feel free to contact us at support@willcoxcorvette.com. There's 2 L's in Willcox. And if you don't mind, visit the website. And have a great day. Thank you.